Ninjago has been a leading theme from the LEGO group. Hey! Now you know why, so in today's video we're going to look at the top 10 most expensive minifigures from Ninjago. This list is going to cover a wide variety of sets, but one that didn't make it was the Temple of Resurrection, and that consisted of a Sons of Garmadon Harumi. I thought this was an amazing looking minifigure, and it still didn't make the top 10. I got the same feeling with this General Makia from the Samurai VXL Ninjago set.
Wait a minute, I'm still black.
Cool. You look... what?
Yeah, we'll talk about that scene in just a moment, but we also have this Oni villain Scabbard, which came in just a 3-pack, and he's valued at $36. That's crazy considering this whole pack was around $12 here in the US.
Seriously?
Let's start off with number 10, which is going to be Lloyd Possesed from Season 5 of Ninjago Possession. Now, this minifigure actually is abruptly around $53 here in the new state, and it kind of varies from the new versus the used, which yellow was indicating the used and green in the new condition. This minifig actually came in 2 sets, so to stamp that $50 price tag is kind of crazy considering you got it in both of these City of Possession Lego sets. And that first one was pretty sweet, and then the second set you got it in is the City of Sticks, which quite frankly is around $700 on Amazon. That's quite a hefty price point to pay for a Lego set, but I guess if you're getting a over $50 minifig, maybe it's justifiable. Regardless, this is one of the coolest minifigs that I personally have seen in Ninjago, especially if you're a Season 5 fan. Number 9 on our list is Kai. Yep, just Kai. It's from the LEGO Ninjago Movie, and he is in the Ninjago City set, which we'll talk about in just a second. But his value is approximately from $55 valued up to $65 in the brand new condition. As I mentioned, he does come exclusively in this Ninjago City the movie set, which was the first Ninjago modular. What's crazy about this set is there was 16 exclusive Ninjago minifigures that were native to this set, and it's kind of just crazy that this Kai just happened to be the most valuable of those 16 that were released. To be fair, he does look really good. He has the bandage on his face. He has a really nice coat slash jacket, and came in probably one of the coolest Ninjago sets ever made. But a hefty price point of $65 for this minifig is a small price to pay for its value new of a $700 Lego set. Number 8 on our list is going to be coming from the Ninjago season Hands of Time, and this minifig in particular is one of the Time Twins, and this is young Acronix / Crux. Now, this minifigure has gone quite substantially up in price point and is, for whatever reason, a lot higher than his twin Crux, but they look very similar, other than one is the young version and the other is the old version. Now, the price varies quite substantially. The young version of Acronix is $65, where the old version is only around $40. Now, to put it in perspective, this minifigure was released in the Dawn of the Iron Doom set that retailed for $70 back in 2017. That's kind of crazy considering both of these minifigures alone are worth more than the price of that set when it originally released just 7 years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, these are 2 iconic minifigures from the Ninjago movie, and of course, Acronix is native and only attainable from this one Lego set. So I guess that's a small price to pay for such an iconic Time Twin. Who knows, maybe I can go back in time and pick up one of these Time Twin minifigures. Moving into number 7 is a minifigure all the way from 2012. This is going to be Fangtom, who was a general from the early seasons of Ninjago. He had a price increase from $160 in early April of 2023. That's kind of odd, but more commonly found around the price point of $60 to $65 for his value in the new condition. Now, he did only come in one Lego set ever, and it was the Fangpire Truck Ambush. Again, that one released in 2012, which, if you're watching this in 2024, is 12 years ago. That's kind of crazy to think about. But being an exclusive minifigure from that day and age, I feel like $65 is not a terrible price point for its long history. Don't get me wrong, Ninjago's had such a rough history, but way back when, Ninjago decided to do a reboot, and they actually called the season Rebooted. And in that season, we got a glimpse of the Overlord, who is a really very expensive minifigure, and he comes in at number 6 at a price point between $65 to $75. He was exclusively in this set right here, which was the Battle for Ninjago City, and it was honestly a saving grace from the LEGO Group and Ninjago by releasing this season. Now, don't get me wrong, this set is absolutely gorgeous, so beautifully well done, and I could not imagine the price point that this would be if it was released in this day and age. But believe it or not, this set retailed for around $120. Aside from coming with great minifigs, it really came with a great build, of course, including some of my favorites like Jay. But I had this iconic Overlord scene from the rebooted series, and of course, getting that exclusive Overlord minifigure was a very beautiful touch. Anyways, that's an expensive minifig with a lot of history behind it, so that one for me is definitely a special place at number 6. Moving even further back into Ninjago history, comes in for number 5 is Samukai. And this minifigure is kind of unique. He's actually from Pilot series, and his price point today is pretty substantial. He is roughly in the $70 to $75 price range, which is kind of crazy. I know he is from all the way back in 2011, but he did come in 2 sets. The first set is set 2505. It's the Garmadon's Dark Fortress, and the second set would be set 2507, the Fire Temple. Both, I would say, very large LEGO sets. The first one being $70, and then the Fire Temple being $120 at the time it retailed at. It's kind of crazy to get a minifigure that's overvalued of the one entire set, but that just shows you with the age and the history of Ninjago, these minifigs have gone so up much in price, but still an iconic minifigure from the Ninjago theme. I'm not going to even beat around the bush. This is my absolute favorite Ninjago minifigure on this top 10 list, and this is Akita, and she comes in at number 4. She definitely has a high price tag to follow. She's kind of generally going from $75 to $80 range in the new condition, and just is an iconic minifigure from such a unique season on Ninjago, which was a 2-parter. Now, unfortunately, I would say I missed out on this set. It was released in 2019, and I actually found it on the clearance shelf, but knew absolutely nothing about Ninjago, and then later watched the series and kind of went back looking for it and never found it. But pretty crazy, this set had so many amazing looking Ninjago minifigures, like this Zane Ice Emperor. We even had this Blizzard Archer, a General Vex included, and also the Blizzard Swordmaster. Now, don't get me wrong, none of those minifigures are nearly the price point of Akita, but I thought it was worthwhile to mention that this set came with such great minifigures, and one of the minifigs just skyrocketing in price, of course, that one being Akita. And it only retailed for a price point of $100, and I thought was overall a massive LEGO set with a ton of figures and a ton of great pieces and a large build, even a dragon for that $100 price tag. If anyone truthfully has this set and doesn't want it, I'm in the market for one. I would greatly appreciate it if I can ever get my hands on this, because I love the Akita minifigures so much. And I mean that because even my wife Georgiana was absolutely obsessed with this season of Ninjago, as well as Akita in general. Stepping up into number 3 is going to be a Jay minifigure, and this one in particular came in 2 sets. The first one is set 2519, and it is skeleton bowling. Yes, literally bowling skeletons. And the second one is set 2521, the Lightning Dragon Battle, and he comes with 2 like mystical balls that the dragon shoots out of his mouth. Anyways, this is the Jay minifigure that's encompassed inside of its set. It's JDX. He roughly ranges from a price point pretty crazy. He's roughly around $70 all the way up to $85, $90 range, making him the 3rd most expensive LEGO Ninjago minifigure currently on the market. And again, he is from the pilot season and having a way past to the way back when these sets came out back in 2011. I did get the opportunity to build this set, and I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm going to be completely honest, the Jay minifigure lives up to the reputation. Number 2 is kind of a minifigure. Well, I guess sort of. Anyways, this is an exclusive minifigure, and it came in the Killow vs. Samurai X set all the way back from 2018. Now, this is the minifigure. It is Killow. He is again from Sons of Garmadon and was featured in with his Oni mask and his like speeder bike. His price range varies around $80 to $95, and it kind of makes sense for a big minifigure. What's crazy about this minifigure is he came in this set from 2018 and it only retailed for $50, which is not a bad pay on your investment. But check out his little speeder bike and his big fig. He looks so good. At some point, I don't ever own a big fig, but if I did, I think this is the one I would choose to own, mostly because I am a huge Ninjago fan. But the other reason is he looks so well, and even more well in this set. Now, I did enjoy the season very much, and I like that they encompassed his Oni mask in his minifigure self. Anyways, time to look at number 1.
Nice to meet you. Also, do better!
Number 1 was probably not a shocker. It's all the way back from 2012, and this is NRG. And essentially, that just kind of is when he hit his true potential in that first season of Ninjago. Now, it is a little bit unfortunate for me because Jay is actually my favorite ninja of all time, and here he is as the most expensive Ninjago minifigure of all time. He's gone quite substantially up in price over the years, but this one in particular, in the brand new minifigure state, he has generally found around $120 all the way ranging to $160. That's a huge variety in price, but to be honest with you, it's just a dime a dozen and pretty rare to find this minifigure. He does have some really cool printing. He looks absolutely phenomenal, and he only came in a very tiny $10 Ninjago spinner pack that came with some trading cards. Regardless, this is a piece of Ninjago history and an amazing and really great looking minifigure. I hope to get one at some point in my collecting days, but for now, that's our top 10 Ninjago minifigures. If any of those surprised you or you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new so I know you want to see more videos like this in the future.